Previously, teams were selected by a random draw and Nkanyi saw red.
You know, red is my favorite color, but certainly not Kitty.
The challenge was all about strategy and had contestants scrambling. In the boardroom, Sharadel, Chase and Tebo impressed the judges with targeted customer engagement and won the challenge.
Very well done, guys.
Thank you.
Leaving Portia, Kitty and Nkanyi to fight it out in the elimination round.
Nkanyi, I'm afraid it is the end of the road for you today.
Ah, knew it.
But a new week brings its rewards.
It's amazing to be a part of the top 8. I mean, it feels like yesterday we were 12. And to think that I've made it this far, incredible.
I'm feeling great being part of the top 8. And with the win last week, I feel like I've separated myself a little bit from the rest of the pack.
Winning last week's challenge means that today we get to go to the spa for some massages to help us relax after such a stressful couple of weeks.
It's an amazing way to start the week. Being pampered and treated, I'm feeling great. So when we get to the spa, we decide to just relax in the jacuzzi and talk, just a bit of R&R.
Being away from prying ears allows the 3 winners to take the plunge and discuss things that, if overheard, could get them into hot water.
Debo was, I think, the luckiest man in the world last week. Sharadel and I literally, and I kid you not, literally, did all the work.
I feel like there's still a few people who are kind of skating along. Don't you?
Definitely. They're hiding within groups.
It's come down to that, really.
If you had to fire one person this week, who would that person be?
I'd fire Tennille.
Tennille. Sharadel.
I would fire Portia.
Portia. I second you on that.
Why?
I feel like Portia, she is a strong competitor. However, I feel like the people she surrounds herself with push her through. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like she's less of a driving force and more of a following force, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like the coming week is going to be super stressful, so I'm ready for this massage.
This is my first ever massage. I don't know what to expect. I really hope it's as relaxing as people say, because wow, it's been a long week.
This massage is so good, like so good. Like I'm living for this massage.
Right now, I'm so jealous that I'm not at the spa because my shoulders need some massaging.
Pampered or not, all contestants meet in the company gardens for their next brief.
I'm feeling relaxed, I'm feeling confident, and I'm ready to take on whatever comes my way.
Very jealous. I mean, look at their faces, they look all relaxed. Look at Tebo's face, it's glowing, and I'm jealous. Hopefully I'll get to win a prize one day, someday.
I'm standing in these beautiful gardens. I've only ever heard about this place. It's absolutely stunning. I have no idea what to expect. I wonder what it is that we're doing here.
Looking around and seeing, plants and trees and stuff. I'm not too sure what we're doing here today. I'm hoping it doesn't involve anything outdoorsy because I'm not ready.
In the middle of this serene, beautiful garden, just as I'm about to exhale and take in the pure energy, boom, judges. It's brief time. Let's go.
What are they going to say? What is the twist? What are the turns? Is it going to be easy? Is it going to be hard? But it's probably going to be very difficult.
Here we go, it's game time.
Hello, contestants. Wow, top 8. Now we're talking. Now the heat is on. Winning team from last week, how was your spa?
So good.
Right? You feel rested?
Yes.
So this week, you will not be divided into teams. All 8 of you will have to work as one team.
All 8 of us in one team. This must be something big.
Oh my word, I don't want to do this. This is like top 10 all over again. I don't want to do this. It's going to be difficult.
But remember, this is still a competition. You will have to rise to the occasion to stand out.
This is an exciting brief. You have to put together an event for Capitec as they launch their new brand positioning campaign, as well as their new television commercial.
But here's the twist. The event is happening next week, Wednesday. And this week, you'll have to plan, come up with a concept, and of course, lock down the budget.
You will all have to present to us in the boardroom, and we reserve the right to change anything. So I suggest you get planning and have contingency plans, but make sure that your suppliers are also prepared for any potential changes.
I am excited. This is my deal. I've never done anything like this in my entire life. I am literally stressed.
You are our top 8, and our respect for you has grown in leaps and bounds. But so has our expectation. So I urge you to be exceptional with this event. And remember, hashtag be the brand.
Event planning is about every single person playing their part as well as pulling their weight.
Only the venue's been chosen for you. So go and have a look. Let it inspire you to make magic. Good luck. You are going to need it.
It's definitely going to be a tricky week. How do we assign roles? Who does what? Are people, are they going to do their work? It's definitely going to be tricky and interesting.
We're arriving at Gorgeous George, and I'm like, wow, this place is beautiful.
It is immaculate. You feel like you are walking into another world.
I am completely overwhelmed. There's plants everywhere, there's a view, there's a vibe, there's leather. So the client seems to really, really love this venue, and I definitely understand why. I'm sure we can make it work.
With the function set to take place in just over a week's time, the contestants need to get planning.
The venue manager, Tanya, gives us a couple of guidelines as to what we can take away and what are the actual key elements of the whole restaurant that we can't take away.
This is Gigi Rooftop and Restaurant. For the outdoor area, everything you see can be moved away. The only thing we ask that doesn't get moved away is our orange couch. For the inside, everything needs to stay as it is.
The restrictions that she's giving us are really stressing me because already she's boxing us. So we can't be as over the top or as creative as we'd like to be.
You mentioned some canapes
Yes.
and doing a bit of a menu.
Yes.
Would it be possible to organize maybe a tasting? Your mixologist maybe?
You're more than welcome to. We have Chef... Yes, she does. We have Chef Guy Bennett, and he's going to prepare some amazing little treats for you guys to try, so you can customize your menu exactly how you'd like it. And then fantastic Jody, our mixologist, he will whip you into a frenzy with a welcome drink that'll make your guests say, wow.
Are we allowed to add our own little creative things around?
You're more than welcome to. The only thing we ask from you guys is obviously not too much. Not big banners, not big things that take away the essence of Gigi, but you're more than welcome to add your little bits and pieces here that's particularly for your event.
Tanya says that we can't have too much branding. How are we going to have a launch party without branding? I'm starting to think this is an impossible task.
But how do we make it a Capitec launch without Capitec's banners?
I think that the reason for the banners is she doesn't want us to put banners over iconic elements. I think maybe if we do a walkthrough with Tanya, we can identify iconic elements of the restaurant that she doesn't want us to detract from.
And one thing that I think we also need to do is we need to have a common thread.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what the decor is inside, it also needs to be similar outside.
So we just take a few pictures just to get the feel exactly. Also, what are we limited to?
Yeah, she already said that everything has to be the same. Yeah, that's how we've got movement.
This venue is gorgeous. To try and ignore its elements won't serve us. We need to find a way to work with it.
I'm happy with what we're working with. The restrictions are not a concern at the moment, so let's get planning.
Add some sparkle. Get our credit card with an interest rate from Prime, with a credit limit of up to 250,000 Rand. Bank better to live better with Capitec.
Straight back from the venue, I think I'm buzzed. The first thing I want to do right now is understand what people's roles are going to be. That kind of helps people to start going.
Getting into the planning, my first thoughts are what needs to be done, who's going to do it, and how will it be done?
The key aspects under information, firstly is theme. We're looking at magic, DNA code. I think we can talk a bit more about that.
We have to highlight the Black Card and the smartphone app, and no one's realizing that. Everyone's just focused on the theme.
At the end of the day, we need to remember that this is a TVC launch. And I'm hoping we're not going to get lost in all the theatrics.
Who's going to do what?
For this project specifically and what the brief says, I would like to do like the food pairing.
From my point of view, I think I'd like to take logistics. That's what I do. I'm a producer. I take campaigns and I put them together.
Okay, Kosha?
I also would like to do the branding and like the decor elements. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sunika? For me, I can take the goodie bags. Perfect.
I'm keen on doing the social media.
Guys, who's going to secure the DJ and the MC?
I'll go. And I also see that we haven't covered the registration table and the management of the VIP section.
It's not easy for everyone to find a role in this challenge because a lot of people are sort of hogging roles. So that's going to be difficult in order for us to actually share responsibilities because everyone wants to shine at this point.
It's very tricky because people assign roles to themselves that they aren't sure of the roles themselves.
Okay, and you, Mpo?
Everyone has been a project leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So I'd like to claim that, seeing that I haven't been one.
Love it. Beautiful.
Cool?
I'm happy with Paul being the team leader because he has a sense of control over situations.
He's very skilled, very hardworking. So yeah, great.
Seeing that we are giving each other roles, I would like to go through everyone's role.
Okay, great.
Umpo tells us that he's going to be coming to everyone's meeting and kind of touching base with all of us.
It's really unnecessary to sit in on all of the meetings. Trust your team. We got this.
Do we need a babysitter? Like, what is this micromanaging all about?
The first thing I need to do today is to go check out what we actually have available for this launch event. So I'm trying to just see what we have and how we can use it in the space. Dean, if I'm able to send you the rebranding for all of this, would you guys be able to reskin it for us?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Definitely we'll be able to.
Okay, cool. I just really want to make sure that the branding will be ready for the event, that it will get reskinned with the new brand positioning, and that we can actually place it in the venue where people can notice it.
My idea for the goodie bag is I want to get people practical gifts that they can actually use. So I'm thinking of maybe getting diaries for people. I'm thinking of getting card holders. I'm thinking of maybe getting amazing pens. It sounds boring, but that's where I'm thinking in terms of practical gifts.
How's it?
Hey, Mpoza.
How's it going? Are you winning?
Yeah, I have like a couple of ideas, but I'm just Googling stuff and trying to do comparisons in terms of pricing. So I was thinking of doing the diaries, and I searched online, and there's one particular one that really stood out for me. It has a lock on it, like at the front, so you can have like a combination to open the diary, or you can have like a password or something like that, and that really was cute.
At this moment, I'm not comfortable because right now at the moment, I feel like she's not bringing the theme into her goodie bag. Maybe I'll help her. I've emailed you something. I just want to show you as well. You might just take an interest. I don't know what you think of this. So basically here, it's just all the South African goodies.
I think Mpo actually thinks I'm thinking too boring, I'm thinking too small, I'm being too simple, because he came with a completely different idea that I didn't even think about. So he's thinking of the personal feel of the African pride. There's prints that I didn't even think were anything related to do with Capitec. So now I'm thinking either he's completely wrong or I'm completely wrong, but something is not clicking here.
But it'd be nice to get one strong gift.
True.
Okay,
So I'll just jot down a budget for you and I'll send it to you to the group and see what you think.
Cool. Thanks.
Thanks, Mbo.
Cute. So I hope Zanika does take my advice because I tried showing her the direction she should take.
I hear what you're saying, Paul, but I don't think I'm going to go with your idea.
We're meeting a company that deals with artist management and how to lock down the DJ and the MC that our client wants, and that's one of my main goals right now.
Our budget is essentially split into 3 components, so that would be 22,500 Rand for the DJ and entertainment and 10,000 Rand for the MC.
Yeah, I think we have a bit of a problem that's significantly lower. To give you an idea, his starting rate is 15,000 per hour.
We cannot afford the rates he is giving us. Our budget is here and his quotes are here.
And then that's obviously excluding the hospitality rider, and you'd have to provide the technical.
So do you not provide, do you have any packages where you bring in the stage, you bring in everything? No, you don't do any equipment setup, any DJ setup, nothing?
No, we don't do that.
Or lighting?
Nope.
Nothing. I actually don't know what's happening. Tennille is just laughing hysterically and she's not stopping. And I try to rail her in and she doesn't stop.
Oh my word. I don't know what to say right now.
So basically, you are going to provide the DJs, the MCs, it's basically the entertainment.
That's
and
correct.
then we need to bring in the setup.
Now I'm completely worried. I'm starting to stress. It feels like I'm gonna have a heart attack.
That honestly was in my top 3 worst meetings I've ever had.
Now I'm so worried. Mpo's gonna be breathing down our necks. He's gonna say this is exactly why I wanted to go with him to the meeting in the first place.
Hey Mpo.
Hey Mpo.
So we have some very bad news. The DJ's MC starts at 15K an hour.
These are the best rates
You can give us. So for 3 hours for the MC it would be 25,000, and for 3 hours for the DJ it would be 45,000.
Yeah.
Now, what about the lights, the equipment, and everything?
It's not included with equipment.
I feel like I didn't actually get the answers we needed. To make matters worse, we get some talent rider that has the most ridiculous requests.
Hey guys, we're back.
Hello everybody.
Hey. Essentially, we don't have the budget to get our clients entertainment.
Tennille comes back with a list of prices from the artists, the lights, the sound, and what we have budgeted and what she's bringing forward are 2 complete different things.
So that's only the tip.
Well, welcome to the iceberg, the Titanic in it. We have the riders. DJ Vincent, besides the technical equipment he needs, the promoter needs to give him 10 complimentary tickets with what space, I don't know. 2 black hand towels. 6 bottles of water.
Why black?
No, guys.
Black hand towel.
Wait, listen. 6 bottles of water, room temperature, not above that. 6 cans of sugar-free tonic water. 1 premium gin.
I feel like you're making
1
this up.
cognac. 1 electric hookah pipe with nicotine, liquid vape.
What is that even?
This tech rider list is so long. I mean, by the time we get to Egyptian cotton, I'm thinking, where are we? Mariah Carey's world tour?
Let's go to DJ Lloyd. Locker room change with mirrors, sufficient lighting as well as a shower. Please note, under no circumstances will DJ Lloyd share microphones. So he's only allowed to have it for himself. Let's check it this. Hospitality. 3 accessible parking bays to the venue entrance.
And here comes the best one.
Guys, you are lying.
No, listen.
That's very
One
No.
250-gram jelly beans, only red ones, no colors.
I'm actually shook. These things are ridiculous. How can you demand such things? We're only asking for your service. You're not Beyonce. Calm down.
Don't double up on stress, triple up on value, and save with Cell C Ultra Bonus.
Cell C, connect your way.
It's next morning, and I hope things are going to go better. It's time to meet with the parking guys to find out where we can put our guests and how we can get them to the event. I got a message at 12:30 at night from Mpo saying that Portia will be joining me at this meeting instead of him. So things are changing. Again. I know Portia's a very punctual person, and she'll always be there when she's told to be somewhere. So I'm a bit confused as to where she is. Hey Portia. I'm at the parking lot. I'm just calling because I'm a little confused because Mpo said you're going to be meeting me here this morning.
And no one has said anything to me, so I'm not sure what's going on either.
So there I was, doing my little quotes for the branding, and I get a call from Chase. And to be honest, I am very surprised. I don't know what this is about, what's going on.
I have no idea. Honestly, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
I'm very confused as well. There just seem to be so many last minute changes. Okay.
Awesome, thanks for calling.
Thanks, Portia. Bye. I need to understand if we can reserve parking spaces for our guests and where they can park. And once they've parked there, how can they get to the event? We are having an event next week, Wednesday, and we're looking for parking space. Can the public, can we rent some parking space? Yeah, of course. Amazing. Are we allowed to put up banners outside saying, you know, this is where our guests are going to park? I think I've got all of the answers I need. At this point, I'm feeling quite comfortable with the parking situation. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, man. All right, cheers.
If the miscommunication continues the way it is, we will fail. We need to sort this out.
Mpo, Cheryl, and myself are discussing this amazing venue. At the corner of my eye, here comes Chase and Portia. What's going on now?
No one ever communicated to me that I should be at the parking space.
We're just trying to find out where the miscommunication happened because last night it was me and you going, and then this morning, no, you sent me a message saying Portia and I are going to the parking lot, but Portia didn't know.
That was discussed last night when I was sending the tasks for everyone.
No, I got a message at 18 past midnight saying that Portia and I are going after we discussed everything.
Chase, you were with us when we discussed
with a message with a presentation way earlier than that.
No, but there was no logistics spoken. We're saying this is branding. What is Portia doing for the branding within the parking lot?
But now Chase just seems like he's firelighting this whole situation. Like he's just blowing oxygen to this flame. Chase, we spoke about this. We were at the same meeting. Balance me.
You guys had discussed that you and Chase, when I left, you and Chase were going.
That I'm not going to go with him because he said, I don't want to be micromanaged.
Yes, correct.
Exactly. So that was changed. Don't say because you want to be micromanaged.
We're not talking about micromanagement. We're talking about communication.
If changes like this happen because
there was no change. There was no change. You just needed to tell you that, listen, go to the parking space.
That's
everything's still the same.
That's all I needed, guys, honestly.
Finally, Portia stands her own ground. She has now become a competitor.
Yeah, let's just communicate properly. Thanks, guys. Let's get it.
Now, great children, let's continue. I have a tasting to attend.
Hey, really good to have you guys here.
Thank you, Chef.
What we suggest and what I found works really well in these type of events with the kind of numbers you're doing is tapas-style sharing plates.
The food looks marvelous. It's beautiful, it smells great, it is like art on a plate.
I'm looking at the food and it's absolutely beautiful. One issue, it's big. The client really wants to be here, so they honestly just want to have your food. However, our brand is very simple and kind of simple living made better and easier.
I actually won't allow you to make any comments until you've tried the food.
I want to try a few flavors and then let's talk about what else we can do.
All right, so I'll leave you to it. I don't want to influence you too much, but I'm pretty confident that you're going to like what you taste. I'll step back into the kitchen, have a few orders to send out, and I'll be back when you're done, okay?
Thank you,
can just
Chef.
give me a shout, I'll be in there, okay?
Thank you,
See you in a
Chef.
bit.
Chef Guy seems pretty dead set in his ways, but I do feel that there's a bit of space for movement. We just have to see.
Okay, I taste a little bit of food. Plot twist, it tastes amazing. I just need to get the chef to cut down the portions.
That's really good. Everything is really nice.
Ladies, hey, what do you say?
The flavors I'm super happy with. I just want to show you a bit of a reference of where the theme of the event is going and the kind of style, and maybe we could look at how we can plate a little bit differently, but keeping some of the favorites that we've had today.
It is definitely intimidating talking to a chef about food. I mean, this is a professional, and you just coming there with your willy-nilly what you like and what you don't like, so it's scary.
I can tailor these dishes to make them a bit smaller and a bit more bite-sized for you. I think that's a great space to start.
Yeah. I think we're going to maybe keep some of these because we're going to be doing some drinks tasting as well.
Yeah, sure.
Just to see how they
You're
bounce
hungry.
off with each other.
You're still hungry.
Actually, I think I am.
Yeah, cool. No problem.
Jody, the mixologist, is super fun. I really want to tell him the style and look I'm looking for the drinks. Short, welcoming drinks, some magic, something that will illuminate. Let's go for it.
We're definitely looking for an element of wow with the drinks, so hopefully the mixologist can do something for us.
We're chatting about events.
The drinks, yes. The theatrics for that welcome drink need to be super on top. And the three words we're working with are magic, DNA, code.
Magic DNA and code. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. You got an idea of what style of drink you want your guests to be having? Is it going to be sort of unisex, like male and female, something that's cross-gendered, or are we going to be focusing more on ladies, focusing more on men?
I'm really confident. He looks like a professional. So whatever he does, I'm sure it's going to be great.
This guy is a performer. Jody, really, I have so much faith in him. And he's gonna give us a couple of samples. He's really preparing this drink with so much flair. I'm actually thinking maybe he must perform on the night.
So yeah, so then over here, then I put like a little scent of stuff. We just get this concentrated flavor basically, and we put 1 or 2 drops. This will just drop a couple drops onto there, and then hot water works best with dry ice.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
Are you kidding? The dry ice is beautifully flowing over the table, almost like the clouds over Table Mountain. I'm super excited about this dry ice effect. Well done, Jody.
So we get the drink. It's really, really cool. The color is great. It has like this blanket of like smoke. Definitely magical.
Back at the house, I'm feeling very confident about what I did today. I'm good. I think my department were okay.
With the presentation for the judges, I think I'm quite solid in terms of my particular department, and I can back up why I chose the gifts that I did. In terms of the overall presentation, I'm not sure because Kitty decided to do the whole presentation by herself. I'm hoping that she covered herself and she covered other people as well in that.
I'm hoping that we have something solid to pitch. I'm just a bit worried because it seems like 2 people are doing the presentation by themselves. I think we need to huddle together as a team and just make sure that everyone knows what we're presenting.
This is honestly the uneasiest I've felt for an elimination. I'm very worried for myself and for the team. No one's safe.
Bank better to live better with Capitec.
As we're walking into today's presentation, we are so unprepared and the tension is real.
The energy today is not the same as other weeks. People aren't talking like we usually do before pitches. Something feels off.
I'm expecting total confusion.
Hello, contestants.
Hi.
You all seem to be very serious. I'm sure you guys have something awesome to present. So let's get on with it.
What I'm expecting is everyone speak on their roles, so we have a smooth presentation.
I don't believe that we're on the same page today. I think we did not communicate to each other very well, and I think it's going to show.
We've been briefed to plan, organize, as well as to create a new brand positioning for the event launch, as well as to play the TVC. So I'm going to take you through our thinking. We have found that each theme in the event has its own role to play overall concept. The DNA is the building blocks that makes us as humans. The code is the technology that makes our lives better. Magic is the unexplainable reaction that gives our own personal experience.
Judges, I do not believe that I can move forward with this presentation. Firstly, because I feel like my work is not represented, and I feel like if my fellow contestants agree with me, that some of their work is not represented either. This pitch document is not what we worked on. I find this very disrespectful to not only me, but to my colleagues.
I have not seen this pitch document. I am so confused as to what is going on.
For me, it's the first time that I'm even seeing the actual concept.
What are you talking about? This is a team challenge. How could you not have seen it?
You changed this.
Judges,
doesn't even make sense.
We have had multiple platforms of sharing information and giving each other an opportunity to brainstorm and work together. We've gone back and forth to then eventually come to the idea of placing this type of imagery, graphics, and as well as the entire concept. The whole team sitting together in brainstorming sessions.
It was only Mpo, Kitty, and Kebo. They were
actually
grouped on their
sat
own.
in front of the computer to compile everything. Yes. Every time we're asked to get access, it was just wait. We're in the middle of it. We'll send you the final draft, and then you guys can either say yes or no. So in terms of conceptualizing our actual ideas, for us to sit all 8 of us in front of a computer and go step by step like we normally do, this week that was not done.
It's a total lie. It's a total lie. But they almost convinced me as much as they convinced the judges, because I've emailed everyone the tasks, I've emailed them the presentation.
I've never seen this pitch before. All that we present in the morning. How can I look at a presentation 5 minutes before I'm about to pitch it?
Did you guys do a dry run for this presentation?
No, that was not done either. Last night we asked our leader what's the dry run going to be for our order. He said that's how we're going to know the order, that when your slide comes up, then you speak. There was no dry run as to who is saying what and exactly so that it's formulated in a way that we all echoing each other's thoughts. Nobody knows. Like, I'm surprised at half the things that he's saying, like I said, because I only saw this final presentation this morning. I hope the judges understand what we've had to deal with in terms of working with people, how difficult he is to work in a group, and how undermining he is essentially of all of us. I think he actually thinks he's too cool for this show.
If Mpho was so problematic, who chose Mpho to be the leader?
He elected himself.
Sylvester, when we started choosing roles, it was a very communal kind of space.
Why are you playing team leader?
I was
wondering the same thing.
I was not playing team leader.
Cheryl, I would gracefully like to interject. Yes. You cannot skip the fundamentals of planning. At the fundamental stage of planning, I would have told Tennille, you cannot work in entertainment. I'm not going to set somebody up in my team for failure, very well knowing she does not have the skill to execute that task. I really hope that the judges see that Mpho and Kitty have a lot to learn, especially with regards to leadership.
There are young people that are looking at this show who wanted to be here, who could have been doing a much better job. And you guys are prepared to just walk into this room, not prepared, not having rehearsed.
If I may, if I look at this situation as a whole, I'm so disappointed in myself and my fellow contestants that we let it get to this point. This whole situation is very embarrassing. The team leader is to blame for what is happening this week. He created an environment where people felt isolated and not heard.
How could you allow all of this to happen?
We spoke about the brief, and everyone should know what the concept is. The goodie bag asks Zanika, what goodie bag ideas do you have? She gives me a photo frame. Do I now dismiss her idea, or do I involve and work around her ideas so she feels involved? I sat down with her and I told her, listen, what we can do is we can bring in African wallet, African laptop bags.
But African, did I hear you say?
Yes, African. Only because we're touching on brand love.
A 360-degree spin is happening right now, but I feel like the truth has to come out and people's true character has to be revealed.
I'm so sorry, judges. We all came to Mpho with the fact that the African print won't team in with the whole concept of the whole event.
I absolutely agree with that.
He didn't listen to us because he wants his ideas to be there. He doesn't consult us as a group. He would be like, Kitty, me and you will discuss the presentation, do the presentation, we come back, and then you guys can add your changes. I asked, can't we discuss this as a group? Each one give their own creative opinion, and then together decide as a collective what goes on the presentation. No.
Boy, it seems like everyone's agreeing to what Tennille's saying.
At this moment, a lot is happening in my head. I'm hearing people saying that. Some are lying. Some now have formed this, I'm gonna say this, take him down with that. It's sad. It is really sad.
Quite frankly, contestants, I've heard enough of your squabbling and squealing and throwing each other under the bus. We are here for a purpose, to see a presentation. Please proceed with the presentation. However, you are limited to 6 slides, and each person was meant to contribute. So I would like to know, this is so-and-so slide, this is their concept, and take us through.
The judges ask us to continue presenting. I'm thinking this is our second chance. And from what I learned last week, don't waste your second chance.
This is Chase's slide.
What we are trying to do in the bar lounge is we are trying to create ambience. We will also be putting screens around the bar so that once the TVC is launched, people can view it from any place.
Thank you. Next. Whose slide is this?
This slide is part animated for myself and Portia, dealing with the catering and the decor. What we wanted to do with the catering is to emulate the DNA, so taking fancy food and simplifying it to mirror the client's brief of simplicity. Over with the decor, it mirrors that, and Portia will take you through it.
So with the decor, we tried to get centerpieces that will actually speak what DNA and what magic is. So for that reason, my actual Himeli structures are not on that presentation, but I can take you through it. I am very unhappy about the fact that my branding slide is literally nowhere to be seen. I've spoken to Paul about this last night. I asked him, don't you think branding is a very important aspect to this pitch? And he told me no. Social media and everything, whatever else, is more important than branding.
This is social media. Social media plan is mine and Cheryl. So we want to plan to make use of the look and feel of the entire place. This is how people will engage on it. They'll capture this, and to use platform Twitter and the hashtag the magic within. So magic is in the air. Capture the magic you see. Hashtag the magic within.
Okay, who came up with the hashtag?
It was Debo.
Okay, next slide.
Cool.
As we get to my slide in the presentation, I'm quite nervous because what's on there is not my idea. So now I don't know what to say. In terms of the goodie bags, my initial thought was to get people practical gifts. But then Paul said that no, that's lacking. He's thinking that we should do the African pride, which is where you see the African prints, and that I don't know what the rest of it is.
Okay, last slide.
The last slide, ma'am, is the budget. We had it projected and we had an actual subtotal. However, this is not my complete budget. So
where is the budget?
Who came up with this budget then?
I can see you got startled there.
If Odette takes out her calculator, these numbers are not going to match. Not my budget.
Sure, did the budget, but the full budget is not in the presentation.
Why is that? Who edited it?
When was the full budget?
I emailed the budget to everyone. At the same time.
The full budget?
The full budget.
What time did we speak
You took out
last
the
night?
entertainment and...
What time did we speak last night?
I can't remember what time we spoke, but every single person was CC'd in on that email. And if everyone received the full budget, so would you have got. Logistics is missing, and so
All right, stop.
I would like to
no, we said
provide
stop,
evidence
Mpho.
with everything.
Mpho, we said stop. Can you allow the judges to speak, please?
This presentation's terrible.
It is absolutely terrible.
And it's so funny because you can tell you guys weren't working together. Because you all know your strengths by now.
I can see, Mpho, that you put this presentation together because you can see the golden thread from slide to slide and it has your signature all over it. So I think, fellow judges, we've heard enough.
Please give us a moment. We need to have a conversation.
Yes. Thank you, judges.
The judges are fuming. You can see it in their eyes.
That's one complete mess. We are a mess. All of us, we are a total mess.
I am thinking that I need to find a shovel and dig a hole and crawl into it.
I would be surprised if all of us go home today.
This is the worst week.
Oh, yeah.
This is the worst week. I've never seen such lack of organization.
What was that?
It was, I'll tell you what it was. It was rubbish.
I've never seen anything like this.
Yes.
Ever.
Bank better to live better with Capitec.
We're stepping back into the boardroom and I'm trying to breathe and calm myself down.
I'm not feeling confident at all, sitting in front of the judges again. I'm expecting the worst, but I'm hoping for the best.
Contestants, what utter rubbish you presented. It was off-brief. It was the worst presentation of this competition from what is supposed to be the best talent in this round of this competition. The client brief was specific. I could not see a single element of Capitec in that presentation. Where is the red, blue, white?
This is the first time I feel completely and utterly helpless.
We've missed the brief completely. And I see it now. We've messed up.
Nothing ties together, but most importantly, I have never seen such unprofessional behavior in a boardroom, let alone a job interview. Guests have been invited, folks. People are coming to an event that currently does not exist. And that's your fault. And Mpho, as the team leader, I'm sorry to say you failed dismally this week.
Dismally.
Kitty, I don't know who appointed you the spokesperson. But if you feel you want to speak and justify, you too have failed dismally.
On the chopping block this week definitely has to be Mpho and Kitty. It's evident.
I don't care what the circumstances are. We pitch in our businesses all the time. We work through the night some of the time. But we make absolutely sure that no matter what happens, we come together as a team. If there's something on the screen that you didn't see, you make it work.
And maybe you have forgotten why you're here. Maybe you've forgotten the fact that someone else is watching the show and someone else is thinking, oh, what an amazing young person, great skill, but all they're seeing is drama and theatrics.
This week was a waste of time for the contestants, the judges, and worst of all, the client, because it is their money on the line.
Clearly, we're unhappy, but we have an event next week.
So this is what I think should happen. I think, Mr. Project Leader, you should not lead. I think that the team needs to appoint a project leader, that there should be no self-appointments as a start. Secondly, I think you need to regroup and work non-stop. Sleep, in this case, is overrated.
The team leader should be on the chopping block. At the end of the day, the buck ends with you.
I'd like to know your bottom two. I don't think you guys, all of you, deserve to see another week. Bottom two, Mpho, go.
Tennille and Zanika.
Why?
Why?
Tennille, please give me 3 influences of the brand new positioning.
3 influences.
Yes, the 3 influences for the new brand positioning.
I don't know.
Zanika, what was our concept?
Our concept was around DNA code and magic.
My goodness me, I didn't know this was an oral exam authorized by Mpho.
What was the point of doing that, Mpho? Just for
Is that we were given a document to go through and understand for our execution. Other people are having fun and joining together to take me out.
I'm not understanding that. A team leader is called a leader specifically because it's their job to ensure that certain elements are being done. So if Tennille does not know who the influencers are, it's your job to make sure that she does know.
Without a condescending tone as well.
Absolutely.
And with that said, Nandi, whenever you try to come to people, I'm being told that I'm micromanaging them. So now I'm in a compromised position. Should I help with my skill or stay back?
But that is every leader's challenge. A leader is somebody who mobilizes a team to a common vision.
At the beginning of the week, I had so much respect for Mpho. And now I don't even see him as a contender in this competition.
I don't think Mpho realizes how badly he messed up. He's being egotistic about it, arrogant, and he's not taking any accountability.
Who are your
what's
two?
happening now?
Mpho and Kitty. For me, I felt like I was a child, and these were my parents. Honestly, I felt like whatever I had said would not matter because it literally just went over their heads.
Cheryl, can you give me your bottom two and why?
Project specific, it would definitely be Mpho and Kitty.
Was there anything positive this week, really?
I feel completely blindsided by the energy in this boardroom. It really started off great, Sylvester. Ideas were being thrown out. There was passion, the venue, everything was just inspiring us. I apologize, Portia, if you felt that I was mothering you. I was simply thinking we're bouncing ideas off of each other to interrogate them so they live stronger in the world. I thought that was the energy we were working with.
I'm sorry, Sensei Jade. You are then blindsided because if everyone's saying, once again, and I'm sorry if you feel that way, that's a lack of accountability as well. Clearly there's a problem. If your name comes up again and again and you're saying, I'm sorry you feel that way, if you feel that way, and not seeing that maybe you were that way.
Everyone has said their piece and it really looks like Mpho and I are in the bottom two. And possibly both of us are going to be going home right now.
The judges have decided that we will not be eliminating anybody this week. However, we will be eliminating at least 2 or even more of you next week.
The judges reveal no one's going home. And I'm relieved because We made this mess and we need to all fix it.
I'm absolutely numb at this point. How do you even begin to work with people who have said the type of things that they've said about you? How do we even go back to working together? Because now you've made it personal.
Next time on The Next Brand Ambassador. With the new team leader at the helm, it's showtime as the function takes place. But will the contestants pull it off? And will the judges be impressed? In the boardroom, things get heated and no one is safe in the fight to avoid being eliminated. Tune in again to see who will be in the judges' hot seat.
Another feel-good production.